Alrighty, we are live. What is up, you guys? This is NDK Films here. I am your host, along with my other host, who's honestly somewhat better than me when it comes to talking about these topics, Sam the Geigen fan, as we begin episode 4 of the Monsters of Then and Now podcast. Yee. Say something, Sam.
Wait, I was just about to. Okay. Wait, dang it.
What's up with you, Chief?
Okay. I'm starting to think. Whoa! You see that guy right there? Looks like he's just hit rock bottom. Well, that guy's actually me. Believe it or not, I used to be the biggest drug lord in all of New Mexico. Now, I bet you're wondering how I got into this wacky situation. It all started in the summer of '86 when I joined this little podcast called The Monsters of Then and Now. Hello, everyone. I'm Sam the Geigen fan.
You just cut. Okay.
I've never felt so proud of a gag.
That is epic.
Yes,
epic. That is epic on so many different levels, Sam. Oh my god.
I've been thinking about that all bloody day.
All bloody.
It's like every time I've said it, I've always messed it up, and now I finally did it. I did it.
Finally got yourself to do it. Congratulations, you've earned the title of big guy.
Yes,
You've earned the title of from level 1 crick to level 35 mafia.
I was just about to make that joke.
Ha! I beat you to it.
And there'll be plenty more jokes on today's podcast, folks. This is just the start.
Happy. That's the start, folks.
This is the start, folks.
You have a little bit more high-pitched impression when you do that, but it's okay. I won't judge. Okay. Here, let me send the podcast universal chat. There we go. All right. So
I mean, I have it already queued up. So
how dare you?
So one of those viewers is already me. Also, I'm going to post on Instagram that we're live.
Sick. After things. Hello. I saw you were streaming. Not sure what to expect, but it's off to a good start. So this is since you're one of the Halo guys from when I'm doing the Halo stop motions, which I am working on one. Calm down. I'm writing the script. It's just taking a bit of time. Calm down. Okay. Okay. Wait. Sam, read this. Wait, let me read it.
Hold on.
Level 100 Godfather.
Level 100 Godfather.
Jeez, that's scary, man. But yeah, this podcast we talk about kaiju related things mostly. So yeah, that's why you won't see us talking about someone like I don't know,
Halo.
Excuse me. No, I meant like you won't see us talking about stuff like I don't know, Hawaiian pizza.
Halo.
Hawaiian pizza.
Or Halo.
Stop you. Wait, actually, what does Hawaiian pizza look? Hawaiian pizza.
I'm pretty sure it's just pizza with pineapples on it.
How bloody.
The fact that we're going
How dare they?
The fact that we're going on a tangent with pineapples and pizza shows just how awful this podcast actually is.
we just can't stand it. That's even my way we founded this podcast, except how much we just ramble and skedaddle. And
that's the reason why. Yeah, but that's the reason why it's fun.
That's why. That's why. It's okay. I'm not Halo.
That's how the mafia works.
Okay. I mean, you made a couple of Halo videos, my guy. Okay. I believes you. Okay. Actually, After Things makes some pretty good content.
You know who else makes some pretty good content?
What?
Sam the Geigen fan.
No, he doesn't. He makes terrible. I'm kidding. Okay.
Can we get an F in the chat for Sam?
Get
F for Sammy boy.
No. Just for Kaiju Kobe, get an X in the chat. Get everyone get an X in the chat for Kaiju Kobe. He was banned by ad stuff.
And then of course I did it because I'm a Thad. The Virgin NDK, the Chad Sam, the Thad Evan.
The Thad. What's the Thad?
It's an even more Chad version of the Chad. Hold on. Where is it?
Wait. Do you want to actually get started now? Why don't we get started?
Yeah, we should.
That would probably make sense at this time. Okay. So a lot's happened in the month that we were gone, which, by the way, this is a monthly podcast, just so you know. Because that's what we've decided.
We're trying to keep it monthly, more accurately.
Yeah, so a lot's happened, but we're gonna centralize it to 3 main topics. Is that 3? I don't know. I didn't keep track. So I think let's start with the main thing of this topic. Let's talk about the planet Yeeter. The planet
Yeetus Deletus.
The planet.
Yes. Just call it the planet.
The pizza planet.
Pizza planet. Planet Sheen.
Planet Sheen. I'm sorry, what's Evan? Kaiju Kobe, you monster. Okay, so as you guys know, the planet Yeetus Deletus, the planet, the Godzilla pizza planet, it's come out. It's been out for what, a week now, more than
like a little over 10 days.
Yeah,
because it's the 20th, and then it came out.
It is probably the most questionable. I see why we call it questionable content. Questionable of Godzilla movies, and I mean of the anime Godzilla movies and Godzilla movies in general.
You're talking about the trilogy that teased Mechagodzilla, but Mechagodzilla wasn't actually in it, and this is the most questionable one. It delivered on what it promised, Ryan.
Exactly. Wait, let me say. Quality Kaiju Man 75 says, Planet Sheen, Yeetus Deletus Hawaiian pizza was not that good. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, that's questionable. I mean, questionable in both ways that it has some questionability with it, but also because a lot of things we just gotta ask more questions. The third was the worst. I thought the third is the one with the I don't know. Okay. I know Mind Turtle. We're gonna talk about Mind Turtle. Calm yourself. Okay. So, how are we gonna structure this? You want to go first?
What'd you think?
Yeah. What do you think? What I think. It's quite mediocre. It's quite mediocre. There's some things the movie did right, but yeah, there's a lot there that did bad. So let's jump right into it. Godzilla blows.
This is gonna be quite the interesting episode, kiddies. So strap yourselves in.
Strap yourselves in. It's gonna be a bumper ride.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Yes. Wait. Goodyear Madzilla 2019. I requested to be in this, but NDK declined.
He has declined.
Crocinator?
Request denied.
Crocinator, no.
Yo, Croc's in the chat?
Yeah, Crocinator.
Yo, Croc, what up, gang?
What up, gang?
What up, my imperialist German chat?
Okay. Now, what I personally thought of it, yeah, it's mediocre because there's a lot of things that this movie does right, but even more it does wrong because okay, it's just the story is probably the most wonky part, and the characters. I mean, the characters aren't like terrible, but I mean they're
What are
probably
you
at their
talking
like
about?
highest point, like the characters, like the human characters.
What are you talking about? They're great.
Oh, oh,
This is gonna be an interesting debate.
yeah.
All right, all right, all right. Prepare to get prepare to
Okay.
get your
Look, the
liberal
character.
self destroyed by facts and logic.
Okay, here's what I mean. Like, it's just the characters themselves. Like, they've had a lot of development, and I think Haru especially had a lot of development within this movie, going from Kata to you know, um, Planet Eater. I'm forgetting the name now. It's just how it is now. But I feel like I mean, as characters, they've had a lot of development. It's just like some parts of it is kind of it's a little rough around the edges, to say the least. One thing I didn't like really that I somewhat had a problem with, and it's part that makes it a little mediocre because it's somewhere in the middle, is the dialogue. Now, let me just preface this by saying dialogue is probably one of the hardest things you can write in any form of like media because it's just that hard. So you don't know like what someone's gonna be saying something and how they're gonna be saying it. Oh wait, oh Godzilla Productions Chunga Chunga. Please get the Chungus meme out of here. Annihilate it. It had a good life. Good.
Large Chunganoid.
Large Chunga.
Bugs Bunny is just Lil Chungus.
Croc's literature is quality. Okay.
Yes.
But now, let me say, like, some scenes are actually pretty good. Like when Mephius is like confronting Haru, thought that was good back and forth dialogue. But you know, other scenes where they're like giving information, for example, when King Ghidorah first came out of the black hole and destroyed the ship. I don't know if it was just the dubbing, but the dialogue really just it made me feel like it was. Ugh, it didn't really feel. It didn't really have a good taste in my mouth. It was like, oh, there's a bot and there's readings going off. What? We're already dead? Oh no! It was just.
Well, it's like desperation. It's like, oh my god, this giant danger noodle is noodling itself around our spaceship.
I know. I just thought
what's going on? Everything is happening. We're all gonna die.
No. I mean,
we're dead.
Yeah, I know. That's just. But it's just like it. I think it just went on for a bit too long. Which is another thing, is that the dialogue, when it sounds good at the start, but then it just starts to like, you know, it just starts to drag on a bit, like the Mephius and Haru confrontation sort of thing happened, which I thought was a good scene. It's just it did kind of drag on a bit too long towards the end. And I thought it could have been like shortened up a bit, and you would have gotten a much better what's the word, just a better scene if it was that case, because I mean, like at the start, you know, like it sees like Mephius like is showing all the Haru's like failures sort of, and you know why he needs to just like sort of like surrender, I guess, but like it just sort of drags on a bit too long. So yeah. Other stuff I thought that was good and bad. Something that was good I thought were the visuals and, you know, like cinematography. It was good. I think there was a lot of very well lit scenes. So yeah, there's that. And the cinematography, I think it was like for when there's one scene. I think it was before Haru. Oh, by the way, this stream is gonna be a little bit spoilers, so wanna leave now. When Haru
Planet Eater spoilers to be specific.
Haru yeeted himself into Godzilla. Before that, Godzilla was just chilling, and the servums were flying around him. I thought that was a very good looking shots there, but
I really like the morning stuff. Like after it came out and we got the first pictures or like concept art of City and we saw stuff at night, I was like, "Oh, we're getting a nighttime movie. This is gonna be awesome.
So yeah,
Let's go."
and
And
also,
then like City on the Edge Battle came out, and then it was like, that's good.
but
Nothing fantastic though. And then Planet Eater came out, and then the morning surprisingly is the best part,
yeah,
or the best looking part with Godzilla.
because it looks just the nicest. Other parts I thought looked nice. When King Ghidorah was first coming down out of his spaghetti bowl, as you could call it, thought that was good. Like because like the lighting sort of commented like the way it just came down sort of serpentine like.
Wait, you mean like out of the
out of the black hole
when he was on Earth?
On Earth.
When he was on Earth, or when he was attacking the Aratron?
When he was on Earth and he was like going towards Godzilla, I thought that would look pretty good. The effects actually look pretty nice with this one too, mostly.
The animation.
But yeah, it's definitely the part that like tends to fall flat, and it's more questionable in this movie than ever is the characters, the story, and everything else because it's mediocre at best because it does a lot of things right, but it does a lot of things wrong. So that's all I'm gonna say for right now. We can get into more discussions later, but let's hear Sam's thoughts now. So I've been hogging it up.
Okay. All right. So I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna hate me, but I really liked this movie. A lot.
Heartburn, lumbago.
Basically, if you know me, it's basically everything that applies to all the things I like in the trilogy previously apply to this movie. Like the animation, like those shots you were talking about were great.
Yeah. Okay.
Are there any other shots that I liked in this movie aside from like all the stuff with Ghidorah and the morning stuff? I don't know. The music was great. Ghidorah, like the themes of all the different.
Yeah.
Like the themes are really great. Godzilla's theme is great as usual,
yeah,
and it's still the best. And it's still the best Nana-Fikube Godzilla theme. Ghidorah's theme is really haunting and fitting for his character.
Yeah, I really like
Medphyse's theme is really nice, and then the ending theme is great. So
yeah, about the music though, I really liked when King Ghidorah was coming down. That music, and he was like coming down towards Godzilla. That fit really well. So kudos to.
I also really liked. Like two themes I really liked were the confrontation theme between Medphyse and Miana, and the part when Ghidorah or the singular Ghidorah head was biting down on Godzilla, and everyone was like, "So is Godzilla's shield up?" Yeah. So how does that work?
It's a perfect analogy. So how does that work? It works like over expository dialogue.
I do, yeah, like the previous two, there is a lot of exposition stuff, though I feel like it's a lot more character-based, because a lot of that comes with, like, oh, Medphyse is gathering all these people doing these sorts of things and stuff. And then the final fight is just exposition.
Yeah, that's
realistically.
Yeah, realistically. That's a problem that the movie faces. I mean, the last movie, it dragged on for a bit too long, but it sort of made sense where it was more like scientific dialogue, talking like about like Mechagodzilla City and stuff. But when you have like characters using expository dialogue to describe what a character is doing, it just doesn't really work, and it really gets under your skin quick, which is something that if there's gonna be another one, which I highly doubt that there's gonna be another one, but.
I kind of want there to be another one.
I mean, I can imagine there being another one, but at the same time, it's just there were a lot of problems with like I said, it's mediocre, but I don't know yet. But like as I was saying though, the director really does need to learn show don't tell when it comes to the anime movies, because when it comes to them, he says a lot of stuff rather than showing us a lot of stuff that could be happening. Like it comes out in the expository dialogue instead of just showing what's on screen. So
And then also they tell us things that are clearly happening, like, oh, Ghidorah's biting down on Godzilla.
like things we can clearly see. It's like,
Yeah.
we can see that, boy. We can see that already. You don't need to tell us.
But I digress. Character stuff I thought was actually really great. I personally thought it was the strongest part of the movie. Like Haruo is probably now my favorite modern Godzilla antagonist. Don't at me.
Okay, can I say something first, really good? It's about the characters.
Sure.
When I was talking about the characters, like I said, the characters are all right at best. A lot of them aren't great, but there's at least a few. Like, for example, I thought, like you said, Haru was a great character. He's had a lot of development up until this movie, so I think it was really good. And Mephius, I thought, was a great villain antagonist, so that worked. So that was good. Those were good characters. The rest, though...
Yeah, Haru's definitely a character that you need to, like, watch the entire trilogy in order to really understand.
Sometimes against your will.
Yeah.
You have to watch him against your will in order to learn his backstory. Which he really only picks up, like, some of the better parts of his character development towards, like, number 2 and number 3. Towards, I'd say, the last 45 minutes of City is where he, like, really starts to shine. Yeah. I can agree with that. So what
last hour to last 45 minutes.
Yeah, the rest, though, he's just...
And then the other guys, like Martin and the Hotoi twins, they're fine. Which is a lot coming from me, especially considering I'm not really a big fan of Martin.
Fine.
The one character though I don't like in this movie is Metphis. Surprisingly.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What?
Like, okay. Like,
oh, here we go.
Don't get me wrong, I love him as a villain, okay? As a character. Yeah. Like, he's really intimidating. He's probably... I'm gonna take a shot in the dark, but he's probably the scariest Godzilla villain that we've gotten ever.
To date.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
okay, I can agree with that.
Because but my problem comes when it reaches his idea or ideology, because his motives. Like, he's trying to get Haruo to be the last sacrifice to Ghidorah so that Ghidorah can become real. Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like Haruo is probably the single most stubborn character in this entire trilogy. So you're putting an unstoppable force against an unmovable object.
Which leads to conflict, my guy.
Yes, but at the same time, it's like, okay, if you, Metphis clearly, okay, let me propose an idea. Metphis clearly has the will to act. That's why he's a big fan of Haruo, basically, right?
Because he, it goes by his, religious beliefs, sort of
Yeah. Haruo does have the will to act, but at the same time, Metphis gave a man a bomb to put into the shuttle back on the planet in the first movie, and then we had to go all the way back to Earth, and then everything happened to get up to this point. And there's the part of me that thinks, why doesn't Metphis just sacrifice himself, right? Because you think that because he's so hellbent on getting Ghidorah to Earth that he would just, have him be the last sacrifice. Like, have Ghidorah eat him or something, and then he can come into reality, and then we can get an epic fight between Ghidorah and Godzilla
I mean,
instead of what we got. But
my God, though, like Ghidorah, how many sacrifices do you need, my guy? You're a spaghetti monster. Calm down. You're made of spaghetti.
You're made of spagoot.
You're made of spagoot. Spagoot.
Your spagoot is finite, child.
You're spagoot. Okay, that's a keeper, my guy. But yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I never thought about it like that. But yeah, it does lead to better conflict when it's like that. So that's why it's like that. Oh, we got Ultramac Films in the chat. Hey, my guy, how are you?
We do have Ultramac Films in the chat.
Your spagoot is finite.
But aside from that, Metvis still is a pretty solid character. His motivation, despite how weird and kind of dumb it is once you get down into it, surface level, it's pretty reasonable and understandable. I like the background or one piece of dialogue that I actually really liked was when Haruo was talking to Metvis when they were alone in the caves, and Metvis was like, I forget exactly how the line goes, but I'll try my best to paraphrase it. It's like, we exif the something technology, and then we basically opened up a door to God. We built a stairway to heaven, and we stared God right in the face. I really like that line. It's really cool. I like it.
And honestly, Metvis as a character I thought was good. I mean, he's had a lot of development up until this point, but not as much as Haru. But again, he's had some character development up until this point, where we would think we would actually like him, but now he's like the villain. He's been made the villain, which is sort of a twist. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that everyone knew from day one that there was something fishy up with Metvis.
Something fishy. I didn't really see anything wrong with him in sitting on the edge of battle though. For some reason, I don't know. I just didn't.
Well, I mean mainly in Monster Planet.
I mean, I did see why, because he was doing the things he was doing because it's because of his religion, his homeworld sort of religious beliefs, which look, that's pretty good because it's it's not much you can do about it. It's not you just have to try to I don't know, just what am I trying to say? I just thought that was a good, plot point to use.
Aside from that, those are all really the basic things that I liked.
What those were your likes? Those were your likes. What were your not likes?
Well, I already talked about Metvis.
Was there anything else?
No. So the exposition kind of still. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
Some of the dialogue too was a bit weird because it's once again, it keeps coming from Metvis. It's okay, you're saying all of this stuff, but what does it actually mean? Just cut to the chase, my guy.
Yeah, that's the problem with the movie. There's a lot of expository dialogue, that's something the director, if he wants to make
expository dialogue and religious jargon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could have made a better villain if you just shortened it up a bit and kept all the juicy bits in there.
And fine-tuned his motives.
Yeah, just a bit. Okay. What else were we gonna? Should we
get into more discussion-y stuff? How about let's start with the three-headed monster himself. What did you think of Anime Ghidorah?
Anime Ghidorah.
King Ghidingus. What did you think of King Ghidingus?
I was a little mixed with this King Ghidorah going in and coming out. It was sort of a bit of a mixed reaction from me when it came to King Ghidorah, because going in and seeing his design, I was like, I don't think that's it, Chief. I don't think that's it, Chief. But after like
This ain't it, Chief.
This ain't it, Chief. But going in, I mean, like coming out and like hearing all the stuff about it, I thought it's probably it is actually a little bit more interesting with this the way he's done, making him sort of like a black hole type of monster thingy-mabobbin, which I thought was somewhat interesting, but again, his design is a little meh.
It's different.
It's quite different. It's quite different. Quite if quotations were spelled at 106 font.
It's just a wee bit different.
It's just a wee.
I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, Kaiju 621. I have the reaction ready to go tomorrow, so I'll have that up tomorrow. I got it. But anyways, it's just King, because it's probably the most different King Ghidorah we're gonna get. That's like so off on the design. It's like so far away from what King Ghidorah is. I mean, it retains some qualities of King Ghidorah, but overall, it's just
it's gold. It's gold. It's a dragon. It's from space.
But it's
basically
really,
that's really basically different. Like, yeah.
Okay, so
there are 3 of them to an extent, or like 3 heads.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So
I loved it. I loved it.
Oh God! Here we go. Okay, let's hear your thoughts then. What do you
loved it?
Why?
Honest to God, loved it.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
like you, I was initially turned off by the design. I think it was really different. It was just really out there and stuff like that. Execution was something unique that we hadn't seen before. It utilized a lot of new, clever, or it utilized a lot of the things that validated this Ghidorah being completely animated.
Yeah.
And in general, it's just great. Like the scene, like my favorite part.
Dislikes really quick.
We're at 2. I'm disliking the stream now. Of course, Casey's disliking it. Casey, of course, you're disliking it. Other than that, but I mean, my favorite scene, or one of my favorite scenes in the movie, was Ghidorah's introduction. It was just like so out there, weird and different. It's just like
it's a very.
I'm sold. You have sold me on this movie. Good job. Good job. I'm in. I'm down. I am sold.
Congratulations.
Let's go. Congratulations, Shinji.
But what was I about to say? I mean, like you said, the entrance. I actually thought that's like something that they did different. That I thought that's actually pretty cool. Like the way he just came down. You just see this spaghettified monster come down and start serpentining its way towards Godzilla, which I thought it was pretty cool. I liked that. That's something I like that they did different about Ghidorah. But still, the design is just not going to really sit for me. But other than that, he's an alright Ghidorah. He's alright. So.
Yeah, it's probably. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite design. I mean, you're gonna have to do quite a damn bit to top the 2019 Ghidorah.
Yeah, that's
as well as like the Showa and Heisei. But
what about GMK?
It's still GMK is great too.
I don't think you believe yourself when you say that.
It's a good design. I like it. Okay.
Then why'd you leave it out the first time?
Because I forgot about its existence. Okay.
Oh, so you don't like? I'm kidding. Okay, continue. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting.
All right.
Man. I'm sorry.
All right, but it works for this universe. I like how at the same time it's like you can technically see this plausibly working because, like, oh, you can just make the assumption that he's just extending his necks through the portals because he doesn't really have that much of a physical form at all.
I see.
At least when Metphis has his stone. KZ's like, Sam, I highly disagree with your opinion. Well, you know what, KZ, just live with the fact that your opinion is objectively wrong and come back to me later.
Oh God,
different doesn't translate to good, but in this case it does.
I'm gonna ban my Instagram comedian bumper, please. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Alright.
I also really like how there's like different new abilities that this Ghidorah has. Like, for example, instead of the gravity beams, he just distorts gravity around it. Okay, that's cool.
I thought that was a neat concept, actually. Like how he's able to to warp gravity and with it time. I thought that was good. That's a good concept, and I thought that was good. But again, with the expository dialogue, it's
with like, the exposition, it's just like, and then it's just like when Godzilla's atomic breath hits Ghidorah, it just like curves around it. Godzilla is just like, okay, man, you're gonna die. And then Ghidorah's just like, nope. And then Godzilla's like, the frig? Ghidorah just bites down Godzilla, completely passing his shield. The frig! 3 Ghidorahs show up. Okay, I'm done. I will surrender myself to this higher dimensional being.
That's actually pretty good analogy.
Maybe that's why Godzilla didn't put up much of a fight, because he knew he was already a goner.
Oh no, wait. Macabre Monkey said Machino was mediocre. Ooh.
Ooh. Ow.
Ouch.
Kaijuzilla's like, oh, you want me to call the entire fanbase on you publicly because you disagree with an opinion that I hold?
Ooh.
Just let that sink in. Let that question sink in, KZ.
Let it sink into the Mariana Trench.
Let that sink into the Marianas Trench.
Sam Rant coming.
I will say, Sam Rant coming. No joke. All right. I'm willing to take some constructive criticism. Let's go. Okay. Well, I will say though that Ghidorah did go down like a freaking chump.
Ooh.
Like absolutely destroyed. Like no effort at all. Like after Metphis' eye was just like gone, Ghidorah just like turns into physical form, and then Godzilla's like, I live. And then he like smacks Ghidorah on the ground, that head dies. He rips the jaw off another, that head dies. And then he shoots another head as it's trying to retreat, and then that dies. And then he proceeds to shoot the other black holes. Would have honestly liked... I honestly would have liked to see more of like a struggle between Godzilla and Ghidorah, personally.
Yeah, that would probably made the scene a lot better. Which, that's another thing everyone's saying is like that can be questionable is the final battle of Planet Eater. But continue.
I think that's basically it for all I have to say on Ghidorah. I mean, I will say, definitely one of my favorite versions of the character, and honestly, if more versions were like this weird interdimensional void god, my body is ready. But I'm also my body is absolutely ready for more interdimensional spagoots.
My body is ready for more interdimensional jazz.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe not spagoots, but like more interdimensional three-headed dragons. Heck yeah, let's go.
Actually, now that I said about the final battle, what do you actually think of the final battle, like between Godzilla and Ghidorah?
It was okay. Like, I definitely like the start of it was great. You have Godzilla just charging up his beam again, and then the shield stuff, and the Ghidorah bypassing his shield, and then yada yada yada. The other three heads are coming down, and then like everything's just going down. But then like the fight just keeps on like dragging on, and it's just like, okay, look, we get it. You guys wanted to incorporate a monster fight in this trilogy that isn't about monster fights. Okay, you know what? That's cool. The problem is that the human stuff is a lot more interesting. Like, despite what I think of Metphies' motivation, I can't say that the stuff with the humans in the finale is a lot more or I can say that the stuff with the humans is way more interesting than the fight between Godzilla and Ghidorah.
Because the Godzilla fight between Ghidorah, it's just not really too interesting. All that happens really is big spaghetti monster comes down, tosses itself onto big lizard, lifts it up, and then somehow everything's happy and Godzilla kills the big spaghetti monster. That's really all that happens.
Big Chungus lizard succumbs to interdimensional spaghetti.
Exactly. It just doesn't really have like too much that's interesting about the battle. It's just big lumbering mass, spaghetti monster, lifts up, dead. It wasn't that interesting, and it's probably my least favorite battle of any probably Godzilla movie. That's actually something.
You're saying that it's worse than the giant condor fight where you barely saw anything at all and lasted like 2 seconds? From Sea Monster?
Close second. I'll say that close second. That's a close second.
Yeah, I mean, like, in terms of all the finales of the in terms of the finales of modern Godzilla movies, this one would probably be the weakest. Just because, like, it keeps just, like, cutting back to all this non-interesting monster fight stuff, which is, like, weird, because, like, the inverse is usually the norm. It's like, okay, we had enough with these humans, let's just cut back to the monsters, okay? That's like every modern Godzilla movie nowadays. We don't care about the humans, let's go back to the monsters.
I mean, but when the human story is more interesting than monsters, then you're like, huh? How?
Something is amiss.
It just kind of missed, my guy. But, what else were we going to talk about, actually? Like, about the movie.
Wait, what?
Is there anything we're going to talk about the movie other than what we thought of it and King Ghidorah, all that stuff?
Or actually, one more thing to bring up on the topic of the finale. What did you actually think of the ending of the movie?
The ending is... Okay, it's a bit complicated, in my eyes, at least. Because, on one hand... I just think it happens way too quick. Like, Haru shouldn't have died that quickly. I think maybe, if anything, if it was going to continue to, like, a fifth movie, like, then it would have made more sense. Like, it went through that. Not even a fifth movie, even a fourth movie, at least. Like, and then, because they could have developed a bit more. Because I just think it happened way too fast. And that kind of really just felt weird in my eyes. Like... Oh, you just saved everyone now, and now you're just gonna kill yourself? Okay. You just get some images of Memphis talking some Rambo religious mumbo jumbo, and then now, like, that didn't affect you before. Why is it affecting you now? What happened?
Probably because the inevitable threat of a Lovecraftian interdimensional terror is looming its 3 spaghetti heads in another dimension right over you.
It's just... And he also just kind of died just way too quickly, though. He could have had a lot better development, like, towards his end, but no. So, I mean, I thought that the scene looked good. The scene looked good, like, where, you see the spaceship.
Oh, yeah, totally. It looked great.
But, yeah, that part's kind of... Nah. Alright. Now what were you gonna talk about? What you thought of it?
All right, KZ. Here's more fodder for your rant, but I really like the ending as well. Or I just really like the ending.
What? How? It's Sam.
It was like,
Sam, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm fine with constructive criticism. Whatever. Okay. I don't care.
Alright.
So I really like this ending because it just acts as a really great wrapping up point for this movie and the trilogy, because it gets Haru to finally come into his senses and realize, man, if I just keep hating this thing forever, I'm totally like gonna bring back this interdimensional threat. So of course he grabs Yuko and he's like, okay, I'm gonna bounce, so see you guys later. But before
I'm just gonna bounce. I'm just gonna bounce.
But before that, he asks Miana, whatever, one of the Hotua twins, about if they hate Godzilla, and they're like, yeah, we don't have a word for that, buckaroo. So, yeah, if you're just gonna bounce, then go do that. And Haru's like, sick. So he hops into his vulture, and he's like, all right, G. I get that I'm like been hating on you throughout this entire thing. So you know what? Just strike me down with all your hatred.
Strike me down
with all your hatred, and you and I will become one.
Imagine Haru Palpatine. Imagine that.
Haru Palpatine.
Strike me down with all your hatred, lizard. Go on.
And then Godzilla shoots the last vulture. It blows up. The debris slams into him, exploding. And then we get a shot panning into this little canyon with some flowers, and then the movie ends. I really like that.
That part, I thought, like, it looked great. Again, though, it's just that it just happened a little bit too fast. I think maybe if it was like an extra maybe like 5-10 minutes, maybe could develop a bit more, but no, it just happens a little bit too fast for him to make that decision. So
you just thought it was going a little bit too quick?
Yeah, like for anything, like for you to catch on to really anything. Oh. And plus also,
yeah, I feel like you could have just like
you could have had a lot more.
I feel like you could have. So. Yeah, you probably could have like removed that montage and then just had like 5 to 10 more minutes of like character stuff before the ending, or incorporate the ending within the last 5-10 minutes. Is there anything else, or is that it?
I think that's it. I mean,
yeah.
Is there anything else? Anything else? No. Is that it?
Not really.
By the way, we're not talking about the other questionable thing in the movie. We're not risking it.
We're not touching that with a 10-foot pole, okay?
We're not touching that with a 50-foot pole.
We're not touching that with a 100-foot pole. We're not touching that with any kind of pole, okay? Okay.
We're not touching. But, that's just what we're doing.
Godzilla the Planet Eater. I thought it was a good movie. Ryan thinks it's okay. Let's move on. And Mothra's in it.
Oh yeah, right. Mothra's in it. Somehow.
Mothra's in it. She exists. She's literally in the movie for 5 minutes or 5 seconds, and then she's gone. All right.
Not 5 minutes, 5 seconds, because
5 seconds. Yeah.
Which is why I don't understand. That's one thing I didn't understand with these Godzilla animated movies. They bring in the monsters that we've had a lot of like, nostalgia with, like, and it can get us hyped, like Mothra, Mechagodzilla, and the monsters at the beginning of the Monster Planet when they were revealing like all the monsters that were going to be in the movie, and they only showed them for 1 second.
Or that attacked the world before the movie.
Yeah,
actually takes place.
Yeah, because that's what we thought. That's what we thought we were getting in the movie. We're gonna see those monsters, but no, it's not what we got. We just.
I mean, we technically did, but not really.
The only.
Well, okay, with Mothra and Mechagodzilla, it was like, yeah, we did get them, but it was like in a different way. It was subverting our expectations. And then with the other ones, it was like, oh, they're shoved into the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Final rating, I give it a solid 5.4.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Okay.
It's a good movie.
Would you watch it again? Would you watch the whole series again, I should say, yeah, actually?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Wow.
I actually plan on doing that.
I see.
Yes.
I need to find a new co-host if anyone wants to be in the chat. That'd be great. Just sound yourself off.
So you're just throwing me out? Just throwing me under the bus? All right, cool.
You out with
I actually like doing this thing with you, so...
I'm kidding. I'm just gonna throw you out for your opinions. Don't worry, I'm not.
Just.
I'm not liberal. I'm conservative rightist. Okay.
Chad Servatives rise up. Gamers rise up.
Okay. What else were we gonna talk? Yeah.
The Godzilla 2 Jack Pacific stuff.
Sure, why not?
Which doesn't include the spoiler set, so anyone who's not talking about that spoiler set.
Anyone who's worried about seeing a so-called spoilerific set, don't worry, that's not here. But I am gonna make a video on it. I want to do a video on it because it's kind of something that needs to talk about, I guess. Okay, so let me.
Oh, in the chat, Atlas Zilla says, "I'm for hire."
I'm for. Yes, please. Okay.
And then Quality Kaiju Man said, "Now that the Godzilla anime discussion is over, let's talk about Hawaiian pizza again."
Hawaiian pizza's bad. No doubt about it. It's bad. I'm just gonna say it's bad.
Pineapple on pizza is a sin.
I mean, vegetables on pizza is good. I mean, I don't really like broccoli pizza because broccoli pizza, it's just kind of just broccoli and, just cheese and crust. You kind of lose the quality of, the sauce when, there's nothing, to help, sweeten it up a bit. So, I'm going off on a tangent, but, alright.
You are going on a tangent.
I do like veggie pizza, though. Okay, fine. So here's some images. Oh, let's see if this. Here's some images that were released of the new Jack Pacific stuff. Wait a minute, hold on. Silence yourself. Please, I'm gonna remove that comment, please. Thank you. Okay, never mind. I'm too lazy to. Okay. So here we go. The first one, let's look at, let me screen share so Sam can see with his pretty little eye. I'm kidding. See with his eyes is.
I could see with my eyeballs.
So he can see with his optic lenses. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So here we got, this is not the, giant size Godzilla, this is, the regular. Is this the regular Godzilla, or is this just like a bigger Godzilla? That's it's smaller than the regular.
It's smaller than the giant version, but bigger than the little packs of destruction, I guess is what they're called. Or create a scene, but pack of destruction's better.
This is so. I'm guessing we're not getting any 6-inch figures.
So. Well, which is kind of weird because we have 6-inch figures of Rodan Ghidorah, but not Godzilla.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to not have Godzilla and Mothra. Why wouldn't you do that? This isn't Ghidorah. So that's Godzilla. I like the spines; those look pretty nice, and the new head sculpt looks all right. Thing I really don't really like. If I can get my magnify.
Magnifier.
Magnifier. Up. Zoom. Eh. I don't know if you can see that or not, but
Yeah, I could see that.
all right.
You zoomed up 500%. If I could not see it, then I'd probably just throw out my eyes and get new ones.
But you can see the teeth are a little wonky. I mean, look at those teeth, man. Jeebus. The paint doesn't really complement it well. I mean, it's a company that it does make cheap but alright looking figures, but try harder. So let's exit this. Okay. How are you, Sass? I magnifier. It's so okay. I remember that comment I made on Evan's live stream yesterday when I was talking about Stendy 2. Oh wait, no, that was Friday actually.
Stendy 2 Forces.
No, I meant like what I thought of it because he asked what I thought of it, and I was like, "It's dog."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so now let's look at Rodan, which I don't like it. Just the colors and less go.
You want to get or you don't want to get?
I don't want to get it. Let me. It's.
I see.
Look, I mean, look at the. Just look. It's. Yeah. I mean, the buildings. I mean, I think I would only get it just like have the buildings and then paint over them. And you also get the vehicles.
Yeah, like.
So it's going back to the old
the Osprey.
It's going back. Yeah, it's going back to the old Bandit Creation ways. That's what I was gonna say. Next we have King Ghidorah. This is the 6-inch scale figure, and this is the one that everyone not everyone, but like some people, at least in the Discord chat I'm in. Yeah, the heads. Let's take a look at them. And look at those heads. Look at them.
It looks like a flying battleship. If you get that reference, then you are God.
I don't get it.
The giant claw?
Oh! Giant claw. Yeah.
It's a bird as big as a battleship.
Oh, yeah. It's... Oh, man. It's been so long since but the heads themselves... I mean, I think the paint is actually pretty good. The gold looks a lot nicer. In my opinion, though, it's just the sculpt and the lack of paint, other than the gold, is what brings it down for me. So
it's just not. And also, cool thing to bring up about the Ghidorah set, it also reveals the name of that jet we've been seeing in the trailers.
Wait, what's the name? I don't see it. My eyes are like it
says Argo.
Argo
jet.
Argo jet. Okay. Which I can assume is.
So it's called the Argo.
So I can assume
it's a pretty cool name.
I can assume that's a
cool name.
Stop it. Okay. I can assume that's an acronym for something. At least Argo.
Yeah.
Argo.
Like how
bring me my
like how Muto is an acronym.
Yeah. Massive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I kind of like Argo though. That's pretty good. Argo, bring me my muffin. It's just a
Quality Kaiju Man says that reference was spot on, Sam. You deserve a medal. Thank you.
Got Kaijuzilla's just spamming Burning Godzilla's in 2019. I'm in the chat with all of his accounts. How are you still using Kaijuzilla's second account? You haven't used that in like 4 years, man? Come on, try harder. This set is the small. I believe it's like the 4-inch, 2-inch figures. And I'll admit though.
Yeah, it's at like 4-inch.
Yeah, I'll admit though the Godzilla itself actually looks pretty neat. I just think the sculpt looks pretty. It looks nicer than was it the one that we got 4 years ago? What was it
For
5?
2014.
Yeah, 2014. The the mini Godzilla. It's a rip of that, but it just looks a lot nicer with the spines and the tail. So, and King Ghidorah again. Paint good, sculpt bad, and lack of paint bad.
Looks good.
Looks good. So, I actually do like the packaging with this. Something I want to mention. It looks fairly neat. The way the packaging looks for all the packages. So, there's that. And with these ones, and this is where problems come in, which I'll talk about with you after we go through the pictures. The little cards that come, here, with the figures, that can be questionable, and I want to talk about that with you. So,
like privately, or
no, I'll talk about it with you on the podcast. But,
oh,
now with the last set, which I won't be showing the other one, here we have. When I said this one was good, but this one is just that, but poorly done, because it doesn't really look like there was like an attempt at all to like paint over it. It's just like, hey, or at least make a new sculpt for it. It's like, hey, you see that figure up there? We're gonna take that, but we're gonna put blue paint on it, and then we're gonna throw Rodan in it. Give us our money. Give us your money.
And then for the spoiler set, they just did that, but for some other colors.
Yeah, some other colors.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's something I wanted to talk about with you. It's these little cards that come with the sets. So basically, these cards, they just go behind your figures, so they can be a little like display diorama sort of thing. Even though they're basically the like the size of sticky notes, they work, I guess. So, I mean, it would have made more sense, honestly, if it was just like the box background. So.
Yeah, or like you can include like a little volcano piece for the Rodan, or include like a baseball stadium for Ghidorah and Godzilla. Have that be more like a deluxe set or something.
Yeah, that would make more sense, and I would have actually liked that. But about these little cards,
I would have also enjoyed that.
About these cards, though, and it's something I want to talk to you about, is that those can be somewhat spoilerific in the sense that now we know some location at where these two monsters may be fighting, and now that we know with Godzilla and Rodan, maybe Godzilla's fighting Rodan here where this volcano is. I don't know where the locations are exactly, but I know someone deduced where they're.
For some reason, I really just don't expect there to be a fight between Godzilla and Rodan. I don't know why. I just don't see it happening.
But now that could be a possibility, and that may ruin your expectations after you bought the set. You're like, oh, cool, I got the set now, Godzilla and Rodan. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the movie and ruin my expectations completely. Oh, no, wait, that did? My expectations are ruined. So, so those can be questionable. I just think maybe if I was going to come with, like, anything, I think just, like, tone it down on things that could be spoilerific. So, like, maybe not have the cards. If anything, just have a volcano, like you said, because that would have been a lot better, actually. Because they just had, like a little volcano.
Like, it doesn't even have to be that good. Just, like, make it a mountain with a flat top.
Exactly.
Then bada boom.
So there's that. We're not talking about the spoilerific set. So, and if anyone's just listening in, don't read the live chat if you want to be spoiled now, because Kaiju's will kind of just helps himself. So those are the figures. And now, what do you think of them? What do you think of them personally, Sam?
I like the big Godzilla, the 12. I guess it's a 12-inch. I don't know. Just the big Godzilla. Everything else, though, I'm not gonna buy.
Oh.
I'm probably not gonna buy any of these, anyways.
To be honest, I would buy all of them except for. I mean, to be honest, since I am sort of trying to be a completionist, like just sets and stuff. I just I may it depends on how much they cost because I'm not gonna buy them all if they cost like $20 a piece. So just the ones that like come with like buildings and stuff. I buy those because I can paint over them and use them. So
I'd probably just buy. I'd probably just buy like the like NECA or Monster Arts ones personally.
Yeah, those would probably be better. That's why I'm probably like sit out King Ghidorah, and like the other big ones, except for the big Godzilla. That looks good. There's one thing.
The big Godzilla looks pretty good.
There was one thing that wasn't mentioned in this like little post here is that they had made a reissue of the Jakks Pacific Godzilla, like the giant size Godzilla. They repainted it, and it looks a bit better repainted. But again, I probably wouldn't buy it since I do own the original. So.
Well, I don't own the original, and I still don't want it.
Oh.
It just seems like a reissue of the 2014 one.
Yeah, I would have preferred. It's the same exact thing.
I would have preferred if they just had like the dorsal plate or change like the dorsal plates.
Yeah,
of Godzilla.
That would have been more worth your money. I'd take it.
Yeah.
My question is, like, in 2014, when these things first came out, why is it in G-Fest they were, like, selling them, like, for, like, $100, $200 a piece, having them in, like, giveaways? That questioned me, because it was, like, a $40, $50 figure when it first came out.
Yeah, like $40, $50, $60 lad when it came out.
It didn't make much sense, in my opinion. Price damage. Wait. The Giant Claw and the Beast from 50,000 Fathoms in the Monsterverse. So, that's it for figures. So, again, we think they're alright, but we wouldn't buy them personally. So,
but we wouldn't buy them personally.
I mean, one of us would, but we wouldn't. Where's my image?
Okay, yeah, you would, but
I would buy a few of them if I have the money. I'm poor. Let me get the image back. Where is it? Let me just make a new add image. Wait, no, that's not okay. Okay. There we go. So now we are getting to the final topic of the podcast, right? This final topic. Oh wait, no.
Sure.
Second to last. You want to talk about Asian Entertainment or Godzilla YouTuber Rewind?
No, I don't really care.
I think we should start with Godzilla YouTuber Rewind because why not? Get that out of the way.
All right.
Save Asian Entertainment for last. So.
All right.
Oh, there's 6 dislikes on the stream on the podcast. Oh, shoot.
All right.
I didn't notice that.
Well, that's what you get when you join a stream with Sam the Geigen fan.
Okay. So let's talk about the Godzilla YouTube Rewind. Let's pull it up actually. Take a look at it. I thought personally it was good. It was good to be a part of it. Kaiju, if you're watching, thank you for coming to me with that opportunity. Quite nice being part of that. So
Mecha Carey says Sam doesn't want to talk about it because he wasn't in it.
I mean, there were a lot of, I honestly think that Raph should do one next year and make it just bigger. Make it for 15 minutes of cool stuff, or maybe 10 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, make it bigger and a lot better.
Or actually get some YouTubers to collab and then you record them. Maybe. Like
other big Godzilla YouTubers.
Yeah, that's a maybe. A maybe with big quotations.
That's a perhaps cheap, chief.
That's a perhaps chief. I thought the Arby's Boy part at the beginning was actually pretty creative. To be honest, it was funny. Oh.
It was alright. I thought that the video, though, was, like, really... or I thought that the video lacked a lot of, like, kaiju-related media itself. Like...
Yeah, I think, like, it could have touched more... Like, exactly what you're saying is, like, it didn't really... It touched more on Godzilla YouTubers, which is fine. Yeah, and there were a lot of Godzilla things that happened this year, too.
I mean, it's fine when until you realize that, like, half the video is just, like, clips of Kaijuzilla. I mean, just being honest.
I mean, he's the sort of the host, but okay, yeah, I can see what you mean. Sam isn't a big channel, so he won't be in it next year too. Like a year. Why don't we change that? Is subscribe to Sam the Geiger fan so he can overtake T-Series.
I have a decent amount of subscribers.
He can
shut up. Shut up, Casey. Okay.
What was your favorite part of that? Actually,
the rewind.
Yeah, the rewind. What was your favorite part?
I liked the song choices, and I liked Michael doing the Spider-Man 3 dance. Michael Zillacraft.
Oh yeah, I remember. Wait, let me pull that up. I want to look at it. That was good. I like how he had the crab dance at the end.
Oh yeah, that's another part I liked. But overall, I just thought that the rewind was lacking a lot of things. Like I can't say that in general, like, it was awful, I hated it, because, like, it's obvious that there's, like, obviously Casey's proud that he made this, and it's a great tribute to the community, I get that, but it's like, I just felt like it could have included a lot more, like, other kaiju-related media, like, I think it says a lot that the only kaiju-related media thing that we got in the actual rewind was a reaction video to Godzilla 2. And it was, like, the shot of Ghidorah's foot. Like, I think that's kind of, sort of, a big, like, okay, maybe you should just, like, okay, Casey, maybe you should just include a bit more kaiju-related stuff.
But again, like, not too much, because, again, the Godzilla YouTube rewind, I guess it's more community-based, but, again, what you're saying, I can agree with. There should be a bit more stuff about Godzilla.
Yeah, like, if it's about the Godzilla community, then shouldn't inherently be about the thing that the people are fans of.
Okay, yeah, I see. That would make sense. Let's go through other parts. There was one other part I liked. I thought I liked Bob Blue's segment when he jumped in the lake, because that's one of the only other parts where, like, one of the YouTubers just went out of their way when they were making their skits, when they were, like, dancing and stuff. When I made mine,
yeah,
mine was the only other one that, like, had someone moving, like someone moving the camera, which I had my sister do that. She kind of made the camera battery died as she was testing out the shots, but that was good. I also liked Bob. He was just screaming. He was like,
I hate my life!
Hold on, wait, save.
I hate my life!
I hate my... Okay, so yeah, would you want another Godzilla YouTuber rewind? Yes, we would, because that was a very cool thing to be a part of, and it was just good in general. So good to watch. So there's that. Now we get to the final finale sort of thingy, schlingy, mabobbin, schlobbin thing. Yeah. So, Sam, are you there, actually?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, okay, you were just signing. So, our final topic is going to be on a boy that some of you may recognize, some of you may not. He sparked a bit of controversy on Twitter, at
A
least.
bit of controversy.
A tad bit, just a tad bit. His name is HN Entertainment. So let's jump into it, shall we? Now, personally, to me, at first I didn't really think that there was really anything too wrong with him, but as I started to go through a lot of his videos, and I started to realize that he could be better, like as a channel, because I mean, it's obviously clear he's a theory channel, and that's what his main drive is like doing Godzilla theories and Godzilla analysis and other stuff. So,
Looks like we got Reflect Justice in the chat, and he's asking, is that my voice? He says, hey, what's going on? Nothing much. We're just talking about H Entertainment.
I mean, I didn't really think there was like too much to hate on him, but like it's just at the same time he does do like a lot of like clickbaity stuff, like stuff to make you click on it. And actually, there was one thing I did want to mention within this. When what was it? What was what's his name? Mike Dougherty. When he was being interviewed, he said that if I had the option, I would have added in Rodan. What was it? Biollante
and Gigan.
Biollante, Gigan. That was it. Because there was he also said Angus, like as like monsters that he thought he would have added in as like an afterthought.
If he just didn't have the time. If he had the chance to redo the movie, he would include Biollante, Gigan, and Anguirus or something like that.
Yeah. Now I want to actually pull up Twitter because this is a gem, a true gem. Why am I on Sam's Twitter? That makes. Oh no, wait, I'm at the right one. Okay. I think it was Kaiju Shit posted this. So let's. There we go. So. Hold on. Wait. There we go. There we go. So basically, what happened was with HN Entertainment, like someone in like on Twitter, like when was it like okay, so someone said something about the interview saying like, oh, HN Entertainment's gonna make another video saying like, they're just gonna make another video saying there's gonna be Biollante, Anguirus, and Gigan in the next Godzilla movie. Yeah, hold on. Where is it? I'm going through tweets. Here we are. Let me shrink down this. This is a gem. This is a true gem in my eyes. Okay, so here we've got Garmaru. He says, to clarify any potential wording confusion, Dougherty is simply sharing that aside from Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah being his favorites, that Mechagodzilla, Anguirus, and Biollante are also his favorites as well. And then Dr. Mafune, he says, is HN Entertainment gonna post a video? Wait. Is HN Entertainment gonna post a video about Anguirus, Biollante, and Mechagodzilla all in the next MonsterVerse? And he says, no. He just says no. So that's what we thought. That's what we all thought. And that would actually been a lot better. That would have been funny. Like he was just like responding, just like no. Made sense, but yeah, he ended up making the video anyway, despite going against his word. And it's even more clickbait. Because instead of saying it's what he wanted to have, he said, this is what the director wants to have right now, right this instant. So, that's how I feel. He's just doing a lot of clickbait, which isn't a problem, but the clickbait should have something to do the video and shouldn't be misleading. So, I mean, yeah. All right, so Sam, give me your thoughts on Asian entertainment.
For the most part, they're just whatever. They're basically the same as any other news channel. Just put over a slideshow of random pictures that don't really correlate with anything, with narration, yada yada yada, gets hundreds of thousands of views. All right. But this like clickbait stuff is just like, why do you need to do that? Okay, like, my guy, why?
Like
And it's like,
you're
you
already
say-
at the top. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like they say that they weren't gonna do the video, and it's like they did the friggin' video. Someone explain that logic to me, please.
That's Wendy's millennial logic, in trying to be hip and cool. At least.
And then also, what I just learned today was that they did a video about the spoiler Godzilla.
Oh.
If you're catching it.
Didn't they do that before though? We're saying like burning Godzilla's features, which they didn't really give any full context as to like if Godzilla's gonna be like burning Godzilla in the movie or not, and that's why also people got mad. You can see why. That's a pretty spoilerific topic. You could have always.
And then, but it's just like here, what is Godzilla's spoiler Godzilla form?
Exactly.
Are we just? I mean, if the cat's already out of the bag, do I just say the normal name or no?
I mean, yeah, you could say it because I think it's kind of.
All right, just like, what is Godzilla's burning Godzilla form? Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's like, people are like subscribed to this channel who also don't want to be spoiled by like the leaks from Jakks Pacific, and it's like, okay.
I mean, wait, this was before the leaks of Jakks Pacific, though. No,
they uploaded a new video about burning Godzilla.
I know that, but like there's a video Asian Entertainment did a while back of burning Godzilla abilities, like features and abilities he would have, and this was before the Jakks Pacific leaks. So either A, he went out of his way to like find out like if Godzilla was going to be burning Godzilla, or he just learned it somehow. I don't know, but again, now it's just we're spoiled. Soiled it.
Burning Godzilla confirmed by Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer 2.
Ooh. Exactly. So he just, I think, my opinion, like, he makes a lot of really kind of low effort content. I mean, it definitely takes some effort to research it all, but in the course of execution and making it, it's kind of low effort. Just a bunch of slideshow stuff. I think could be better. Just something a bit more interesting. I'm not saying like these types of channels are bad. They're good to listen to. It's just have somewhat bit more effort. So, yeah, there are some decent ones like the Kaiju and Danger Wild. So there's that. So, what are your final thoughts on the Asian Entertainment? What do you think you should change? What do you think you should change?
What do I think he should what?
Change, like.
Just like tone down on like all the clickbaity stuff. Just make stuff talking about theorizing the movie and stuff, because I don't inherently mind that. It's not really my type of content anyways, but it's just I don't really mind when people go out there and it's like, oh, how will Godzilla defeat Ghidorah or something. It's like, whatever. But it's like, when you're actively going out of your way to just like make clickbaity headlines out of things that aren't even outright said by the people behind the movies, it's like, okay, maybe you should just like tone it down a bit, okay?
I mean, it should be like it. I can agree with you, and how like I mean, it's good to listen to. I mean, I usually like listen to those kinds of topics, like when I'm like editing stuff, like editing videos and stuff. But I can see where you're coming from. that it's quite a difference between I'm just making a theory here on like here's my theory as like for example like why Burning Godzilla is here, like why Burning Godzilla is in the movie, and he's actively going out his way to be like, "Whoa, Burning Godzilla is in trailer 2." So,
Burning Godzilla in trailer 2?
That's actually a pretty good voice.
Or Burning Godzilla movie confirmed by trailer 2? I
mean, if you like, I kind of like theory videos. It's just something that interesting to listen to. But again, that's my opinion. But again, they're quite clickbaity titles, so maybe tone down on that. Maybe tone down on that, Chief. So yeah. I mean, that's all the topics we got, man.
That is everything we got.
Oh shoot. We're empty. The barrel's empty, man.
We've run dry.
We've run dry on the barrel of thought. Okay, I guess is that the end?
I think it is.
Okay, then that's pretty abrupt, man. So
it is pretty abrupt. It's kind of weird that we spent half the live stream talking about like one topic, though.
I mean, it made sense. That was the main topic. But
yeah.
Okay. So that's it. That's the end of the podcast for tonight. Episode 4 of the Monsters of the Now podcast. So I have been your host, Andy K. Foams, and my co-host.
Hi, I'm Sam the Geiger fan.
Oh wait, I thought you were gonna do your.
I still exist.
I thought you were gonna do your intro. Yeah, your intro thing you did.
Nah, I don't do my intros for outros. I don't say, "Wash your hand, Geiger fan." I say, "Goodbye. Remember to wash your hands."
Oh, all right, fine then. Fine. Okay. No, I meant like the intro you did at the beginning of the podcast.
I could just like say all that in reverse. I mean, I don't want to.
Do it.
No.
Wait. Hawaiian pizza. Why is that a topic? Hawaiian pizza. How did that come up?
Because we brought it up as a tangent. We spent a solid minute talking about Hawaiian pizza.
2 minutes actually.
Were you counting the amount of time we spent?
No, that's what I'm assuming. It felt longer than a minute though. I'm questioning whether I should just change the episode of the podcast from questionable content to just Hawaiian pizza.
Do it.
I don't know if I want to.
Questionable content and Hawaiian pizza.
Okay, fine. Hawaii. At least Hawaiian pizza. Yes. Because that's what this podcast is made of. Just somewhat staying on topic and then just tangents and forgot the word. Damn it. Dragging on for too long. Yeah, let's go with that.
Sure. Let's do that.
Of course.
So we're just gonna end it here now.
Yeah. Oh wait, Gazelle Bree says, "How's it going, my fellow G fans? It's going pretty good. Yourself?" So
it is going pretty. It's going pretty swell, if you ask me.
Ooh, pretty swell. It is going pretty stellar, my guy.
Pretty stellar.
Exactly. Okay.
Is it bad that I get what you're talking about?
No. You get the reference. I didn't get your references though. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, that's sadness. Okay, so that's it for the podcast. Yeah, now we're just rambling. We're just rambling to keep the live stream going. So that's it for this podcast. thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for next month with another podcast. So, I've been your host, NDK Films, and goodbye. Sam, to some sort of outro.
Goodbye, and remember to wash those hands, because you should do that.
There's probably some germs on them. Some germs.
Yeah.
Some germs.
Yeah.
Some germs. Germies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.